Our show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, Personal Injury Attorney, Magnolia Wealth Strategies, a Mass Mutual Firm, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, the sports guy. We got a good one for you all tonight. In about 8 minutes at 7:45, the head coach of the West St. John Rams, Coach Derron Thomas, will be joining us. We're going to talk about him as a coach, his team, and as they get ready to prepare for the young audience this Friday night. But you guys know I can't do this without my two co-hosts. We got the one and only George Peppers. What's up, GP?
What's up, JB? First off, before we start, I want to speak on behalf of the three of us and expressing our prayers, thoughts, and condolences.
And you froze. And you
Georgia.
froze.
No, I'm good. I was actually going to make sure I got the school name right at Winder High School in Georgia, and Appalachian High School in Winder, Georgia. Senseless shooting today. Two teachers, two students getting killed. Suspect is in custody. 9 injured. Our thoughts, prayers, and condolences go out to the families of those involved in this horrific tragedy. Another senseless shooting in our country, and it makes no sense. And I don't want to make it political, but yeah, we're gonna have a great show tonight. But just on behalf of the Hash It Out show, I want to express our condolences to those involved and those who suffered loss today.
And we also got the one and only VK. What's happening, VK?
What's going on, man? What's going on, people? Like, tag, share, subscribe to the Hash Out Show, all social media platforms and everything. Man, it's just been a long, long week. It's tragic to hear what's going on today and everything. Me and you was talking earlier today, and all of a sudden before I had to go get my daughter, we were just hearing about this. So it's well, the world it the world don't stop, you know what I'm saying? But we just got to keep it moving, keep it going, just keep in prayer, but not just that, just be aware and be around where you surround us everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
VK, don't you have something to tell the people?
Oh,
Oh,
he's looking befuddled. I feel something, but
nah,
what?
nah,
What?
nah, I ain't that befuddled now, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta, you know, I'm definitely gonna express a little apology to our fan base and everything. Yesterday I said something that was kind of egregious, and I had to do my own research myself, and you know, I apologize to you fans on yesterday with the silliness I had. So you know, so Just
Mm.
just wanted to express that, and you're absolutely right about the certain team I talked about. And
Oak
yeah,
Grove.
huh?
Oak Grove.
Yeah. Oak Grove. Yep, you're right. The Oak Grove Tigers. Mm. Yeah.
I was I was
Yeah,
telling
y'all,
Jack,
y'all were right. Y'all were right. I was
we
wrong. I
knew we
had to
were.
do George, stop rubbing it in. I'm
I'm
being a
not
man
rubbing
of
it
my
in. I was
word.
just gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you that when we went off the air last night, I
Mhm.
talked to my brother Emmanuel, and I told him. I told him what you had said. He goes, "Man, we got to make a segment where it's VK's follies," and as a joke. It was just joking around. No, we're not being serious. Look, we poke fun at each other because we love each other and we care. It's all in fun, you know.
Oh, of
Look,
course it is. But I had to, like I said last night, I was going to be a man about it because I was the one thing, and I'm gonna explain myself right quick.
all
What
right.
happened was I thought, I always was, and I always kept up with the sport. I really thought all that time that the fact that Oak Grove was a team that used to score like crazy.
They
But
do.
I had to realize that, okay, they run first, they pass sometimes on play action, but most of the time they run it. But the thing about it that's this the reason why they scored like crazy. That a whole bunch of speedsters on the team, whole bunch of speedsters each and every year. So that's why they used to score fast, quick, in a hurry. Because if you can't make the tackle against whoever, or not just that, if a hole is even not even that big, them backs are just so
They're gonna
fast.
find it. They're gonna find it.
Exactly. So it's real crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're not close to Haynesville. Haynesville runs like a wing tee, a little bit of a veer type offense. But
Mhm.
for Oak Grove, they always ran an eye. Even when they ran an option, they always ran an eye, power eye type
Mhm.
offense. So I was like, okay, I look very stupid, but at the
No, you
same
don't.
time, I've been doing this for too long. I will be
No, you
much
don't.
better, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not gonna let you say that about yourself. No, you don't. But I do want to say this. At this time, look, first of all, to all of you guys that are with us tonight, thank you. Be with us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock from Hospital Stadium as we embark on year two of the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week, featuring the Showman Owls at the John Eric Patriots, live from Memphis. The weather may be a little bit inclement, but we're going to be with you from 6 o'clock in the pregame, which I will take, me and JB and VK. And VK will have the call at 6:30 because Jefferson Parish necessitates on a Thursday night. It's a 6:30 kickoff. But be with us tomorrow night. Just think we could be in the booth tomorrow night at this time calling a football game for the second year. And it's going to be a heck of a ride. We're going to take this thing all the way to New Orleans uh, the second week of December. It starts tomorrow night, boys. Are we ready?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
We are ready. We are knock this Barry Bonds style out the park come tomorrow. Can't wait for the Hash Show Game of the Week. Met coming to take on the John Eric Patriots, former district rivals, but keeping their rivalry going in district play. Gotta love that VK.
Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's straight up, you know what I'm saying? It's a war between Jefferson Parish and St. Bernard. It's gonna be fun tomorrow night. We're looking forward to it. I just cannot wait. We worked too hard this week to prepare. You know what I'm saying? I
Still
just been
working.
so
Still
focused.
working.
Yeah, JB
I
told
mean,
me before the show. He told me about what happened today, and with the OBS, with everything, with that, we're going to be ready for y'all tomorrow night. We got video streaming too. So, and Yashika, thank you for the support. I am an Erin alumnus. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Go JE. She knows where their bread's buttered.
I know exactly who she is. Thank you,
Oh,
Miss Washington, ma'am, for supporting us. Thank you
Go
so
back
much.
to go back to the other one. You echoed. You are echoing from far away. Go back to the other one. Or fix it. I don't know.
Now,
You're still far
now,
away.
okay,
come up a little bit.
Yeah, put that back. Yeah.
all right, you hear me?
Yeah. Go with that for the day.
Okay,
Yep.
okay,
Good.
okay, okay. I knew
There
someone
it
was
is.
up.
Much better.
It's all good. But Miss
Oh, Cam.
Washington, definitely, we definitely know. I definitely know who she is. We go way, way back, and I'm very shocked she decided to come on the show since we're talking about John Ehret a little bit. So, hey, you tune in tonight, like, tag, subscribe, Mr. Washington, and tune into the game tomorrow. Should be very fun.
Yes, tune into the game tomorrow, most definitely. But we're going to move on to our special guest. He is the head coach of the West St. John Rams. We have the one and only coach, Derron Thomas. Coach, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing? Glad for y'all to have me on.
Yes, sir. We glad for you
Thank
to
you.
be on with us,
Yes,
Coach.
sir.
Coach Thomas, what was it that made you want to become a coach?
Man, I mean, first off, I've been playing football since I was 4 years old. My older brother played football. My dad coached me growing up. My uncles coached me. It was just embedded in me from the time I could walk. I had a football in my hand. I just always loved the game. I was always a student of the game. And it was an easy transition for me. I know once my playing days were over with, when I started trying to kind of find my way and see what my passion and purpose was in this world, it just always came back to sports and kids, and that was how I was able to come back into coaching.
What was it about West St. John that made you want to apply to become the head coach and then eventually getting that job?
Well, it's home. I'm from Magog, so born in Magog, both parents from Magog. Both parents graduated from West St. John and Second Ward High School. Grandparents, all my aunts, uncles, cousins, my older brother, everybody. My brother was part of the first state championship team in '99, so that was embedded in us too. Blue and white was what we do. I mean, my whole life, I tell people all the time, I never really seen another high school game unless it was in the Superdome because every Friday we went to the West St. John game. So, and that was my whole life. So when the opportunity presented itself for the job to be open, I prayed about it, spoke with my family about it, said I should go for it, and I went for it, and I was blessed to be able to get the position, and now I'm trying to turn that program to where it belongs at, and that's at the top.
Most definitely. Um, Last season, your first year as a head coach, 2-8, got to the playoffs. What would you say that you've learned about yourself from your first year of being a head coach?
First off, I learned how to. It humbled me. It humbled me. It let me know that there was more work that still had to be done. The kids, as the season went along, even though some of the games towards the end of the year we didn't win, we started building up momentum. And then when we got into that playoff game with a 2-8 record, we were the 28 seed. We played against the 5 seed Generette team. They were 7-3, 8-2, and we had them on the ropes. We were winning for 45 minutes of the game. We were up. We were up till 4 minutes left, and they ran a punt back. It was 6-4. We pitched a
Mm.
shutout. They couldn't score. They had two safeties. We had a mental lapse. We gave up a bad play that scored a touchdown. Ended up beating us 12-6. So that just gave us that momentum, and it fueled the fire for going into the off season. It let the kids know that, despite our motto is it's not how you start, it's how you finish. We had a slow start. We turned it on as the year went along, and the kids bought in. And from that playoff loss, we vowed that coming into the 24-25 school year, it'd be different. We're going to work our butts off. We're going to prep our butts off. We're going to coach our butts off. We're going to clean up off the field issues and just get the standard and the culture and the way we want it. We have 5 commandments that we live by, and we say them daily. It's just trust, faith, commitment, discipline, and sacrifice. So the whole team, the whole program, every day we finish out of practice, before we start our prayers, we'll give out our commandments, and we try to live by those commandments. And we just taking it day by day, brick by brick. And that's just, that's the way, that's the fuel that kind of got me going in year one to come into the second year. And we vowed that that the 2-8 will never happen again in West St. John history, not as long as I'm there. So, and that's the goal, that's the momentum, that's how we talk, that's the language. It's no secret. West St. John, we got 4 state championships in football. Second Ward got 2 more. We win state championships in that guard. So that's the goal. That's what we do. That's how we talk. That's what the fans want. That's what the coaches want. That's what the boosters, the school, the goal is the dome, and that's what we're striving for.
This Friday night, you open up a young audience. What is it about them that you have seen on film?
Those guys are athletic. They're athletic. Coach Dennis Christopher, he's a guy who we come out into the same age range through high school ranks. So, he's going to have those boys ready to play. They're athletic. They have some solid athletes. They have about 900 students on this campus. So, it's a bigger school. They're 3A pushing 4A enrollment school. We are 1A program. So we know that we just got to come out and play ram football and cause turnovers and be just be a monster defensively on special teams. On offense, we gotta make plays, don't turn over the ball, don't give up big plays defensively, and we want to make big plays offensively. And we just got to come out and play a sound football game, man. We've been working hard. Like I said, we 0-0. We had a jamboree last week. We had our scrimmage the week before. All those are tune-up games. So we just got to prepare. We treat them all like this is a state championship. We got to prepare for them boys. They're not going to lay down. I let my boys know that. We coming to Orleans Parish, and them boys, they hungry. They're going to have a home field behind them. They're going to have a band behind them. So we just got to match that intensity, and we're going to play some football.
Before I pass it on to VK, one of our fans who's watching, he wants to ask you this. Is the U back? Because you played at Miami.
Yes, sir, I did from 2004 to 2008. Yeah, it's good times right now in Coral Gables. We got us a quarterback who we really feel like, I tell my friends, can for Heisman. So I say the U is back. We looked good against Florida. That's a rivalry game, and to come out and handle them the way we handled them, and for our quarterback to look the way he did, when you got a guy of Cam Ward's caliber at that position, it makes the whole team go to another level. So
Yeah.
when you got that type of talent at quarterback, you should be able to play with anybody in the country. And that kid, he can go. That's that young man. He's really, really good. He put on the show. He put on the show, and I'm excited for him. Our whole fan base, like my group message with my boys who I played ball with, we can't stop talking about Cam Ward and the U and everything that's going over there. So we excited. So I'm expecting big things. We can't have no let-ups, but we got a very favorable schedule. I'm looking at my schedule. Look, we can go undefeated. We go undefeated. We in the playoffs. But we got to keep playing football. We've had over the years, we've looked good, and we've faltered again that we shouldn't have faltered, and or 2 or 3. So we just got to keep that momentum going. But I think Coach Cristobal, he's going to do a good job as far as keeping that group together. I think with the quarterback position being shored up, it kind of keeps the band together. So I think that I'm expecting big things. So to follow up, I think the U is back.
Go ahead, VK.
Coach Thomas, man, how you doing, man? Appreciate you joining us on the show. Definitely appreciate you, man. I know you're alumni of Miami and everything, and I'm probably one of the number one Florida State fans in New Orleans and everything else. So but at the same time, y'all have a hell of a program. I know it's a rivalry in itself, but at the same time, I said it on the show yesterday, it's got to be y'all year this year. It's got to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being straight up with you with that.
Yeah, man, look, you say you're a number one Florida State fan. Look, bro, my first cousin, my right-hand man, Frankie, he lives in the city. He lives in Algiers in the cutoff. He's diehard Florida State too, bro. So, like, he was over here for my son's birthday on, it was Sunday? No, Monday. He came here with his Florida State jersey on to come against Boston College. So you and him might make a run for it. Like, he bleeds that going in the goal. Look, our whole life been like that. Our whole life, man, is Miami, Florida State. So I gotta tell a friend. I met another fan in the city who might be bigger than him, bro. But my boy, he's a diehard Seminole too. But yeah, we feel good though, man. Like I said, that week 1 showing, just the way we were able to kind of hand it to Florida, and with FSU starting off slow, we just got to keep our momentum going. And if we do, this should be a good run for us this year.
I gotta ask you this, man. I think you played maybe in the last days of the Orange Bowl, I believe, if it was. I always say to this day, the biggest detriment that ever happened to the University of Miami is when they got rid of the Orange Bowl. And to me, probably, and I don't care what anybody say, the toughest place to play in college football, because I tell anybody, you come in there wrong, you will get your teeth kicked in quick, and the game is over. So, what are your thoughts on the years of the Orange Bowl, and is Hard Rock Stadium, is it? Or could something happen down the line that Miami might get their own stadium and backyard that they can create their own culture again?
Man, look, you're right. So the Orange Bowl, that was us, man. Look, when they took us on our official visits and they brought us into that Orange Bowl and they let us come out through the smoke and brought us through the tunnel, and we knew all the history because I was a Miami fan before I signed there. So I said, me and my cousin, our whole life, we were just back from the Peter Warwick, Santana Moss, and Clinton Portis, all the way back to and the Jamie, in the '90s with Ray Lewis and Warren Sapp. So there's a lot of history coming through that through the Orange Bowl. And when they told us that my junior year we were leaving the OB, and we yeah, it was tough. I mean, now the facilities were older because they're by not being on our campus, the renovations weren't there. So I'm guessing from a renovation standpoint, Hard Rock is a nicer stadium. It's an NFL stadium. They built us our own locker rooms, and it's a very beautiful. It's good, but it's just the vibe of the Orange Bowl was something that you can't reinvent that. So yeah, that Orange Bowl when they knocked it down, that really hurt, and just historic. It's historic, but with this new generation of kids coming in, we understand the dynamics of it. These kids now, when we were coming up, we cared about the product. We just cared about the league and winning. Well, now this generation, they want the photo shoots, the uniforms, they want the facility, they want they, and you got to kind of go with what the kids want. There's the game to pass us up as far as with that. That's what those kids are into now. So from a look standpoint, the Orange Bowl is definitely not as appealing as how Hard Rock would be. But from that old school, from our upbringing, yeah, we want to be in the Orange Bowl. It rocks in there. They had the metal bleachers in there for the big games because it was 3/4 full. So for like the FSU game or the VTech game, they'll bring in that extra set of bleachers and put it behind the stadium because the Orange Bowl is in a neighborhood. It's in like Little Havana. The stadium is in the middle of a neighborhood. So you got people parking in people's driveway. They charging $10-$20 just to park in their driveway. So to walk to the stadium is like walking through a Gentilly. It's just like a stadium in the middle of a neighborhood. So just the whole game day environment and atmosphere, man, it was crazy, bro. Like as a student, they used to bus the students over to the game. It got crazy in there. So yeah, I miss that. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. So going over to the Hard Rock, I mean, it's cool, but it's not like the Orange Bowl. So I'm with you on that one.
You played with a good bit of New Orleans local talent, Southeast Louisiana talent, and it spreads from Florida State to Miami. You name it, played there. I think you played with a couple at Miami at the time. Tell it how it was when you played with a couple of those. Tell us about a couple of those teammates and how it is that the unity was there, regardless of the fact, even going against Florida State against a couple of those locals.
Oh yeah, man, most def. Like so Akeem Jala from St. Aug, man, that's my boy. That's the big homie there. Jala, when I first went to Miami, me and Jala, I shared a room with Jala. We slept head to foot in the dorms because we were in summer school, but I was working out with the team. So Coach Johnson, he's from St. Rose. He recruited all of us. So when I came in to work out, I stayed with Jala. He had a setup, so he put the two beds together. We went head to feet, had our own separate covers, man. But Jala showed me a lot. So rest in peace to him. That's always tough every time I even talk about Jala, man. But he showed me a lot, like more than I even think he knows how much appreciative of him. Like he really gave me the game, like to the T. And just like at Florida State at that time, you had Paul Irons, another one from St. Aug. So Paul, man, Paul was a good dude. Paul, when I used to train in high school, we used to work out with Tom Shaw and the Duke Academy. So we were training with them coming up. So I knew Paul even when I was in high school. So then when I got to Miami and Paul was maybe in his 4th or 5th year, and I'm still looking at Paul like my freshman year, I'm going up to him like we had workouts, but I gotta realize, man, look, I'm on the big stage with Paul now, so just to be able to be on the field with those guys, and I had Vegas Franklin. He's from here. I played high school ball with Vegas at East St. John. Had LaRon Bird from Homeville. That's my boy. Me and Bird, we still jam to this day. He got a big organization that he nonprofit that he does now, doing really really great, doing a big thing in the St. Charles parish, and he's coming into the St. John community as far as with different things for the kids. So shout out to Bird for that. You got Chaz Washington. We have who else we had from when I played. Who else we had? We had a kicker. We had a kicker from I think from Mandeville. And we had a few guys. We had a few guys. So we always like to rep Louisiana football. And in Florida, those boys they're real confident. They play some big football in Florida. So I always used to have to kind of argue with my friends, and they'll say like, "Man, in Louisiana, if you was here, you wouldn't have did." I'm like, "Man, but Louisiana is one of the meccas of football. Y'all got the overall number, but per capita, we got it." So I even tell my boys, "Now look around the league right now.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, somebody from Louisiana at the top of the position, top of the group." So we start to get our respect. We getting our respect. But being at Miami at those times, I played with some heavy hitters. Devin Hester, Calais Campbell, Antrell Rowe, Frank Gore, Roscoe Parrish, Sonoris Moss, Ryan Moore, Roger McIntosh, Kelly Jennings, all them boys went first round. These are all first rounders. John Beeson, T. Good, Brandon Merriweather. So and we got real active. We got real active in practice, but those times were fun. And kind of to be able to be on the field with those boys and compete every day with them, and y'all have that mutual respect for each other to where even if it's 15, 20 years later, and we just checking in with each other, or just when some of them will just kind of congratulate me on some of the things I'm doing or trying to do, or vice versa, or they're doing some things and we sending our congratulations out. It just feels good to be part of that fraternity and know that you had a doing in what we're trying to build at the program at the youth. So to still be able to talk to your old teammates who had long NFL careers, some Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, to be able to be on the field with them boys and compete with them and kind of just reminiscing the days on Green Tree practice field, because we tell people, man, they go down on Green Tree. Like Green Tree was harder than the games. But there was so much talent on the field. When you playing against a team that ain't that good, our scout team or our tools can beat some of the teams we would have played. So your practice days were harder than your game days, but all of those type of things is even what I try to instill into my boys at West St. John, just let them know the level that I've been to, just knowing what it's supposed to look like. And not from a talent standpoint, just from how you approach the game, like the respect of the game. And those just type of things that you want to teach the high school kids, because a lot of them won't get that opportunity to even know that. But with me being blessed to be there, I'm able to bring that back to the community and letting these kids know like the things I'm teaching you is it's not about football. This is about life. You're gonna be in somebody's job one day. You're gonna be somebody's husband one day. You're gonna be somebody's father one day. So just the different character traits that I learned at Miami with my teammates and my brothers and through the coaches, those kind of things shaped me to who I am, and trying to put it in my kids at West St. John so we can really, really, shake some stuff up around here.
Thank you for opening up about that, man. We had guests over here before talking about Miami, and you opened up a lot, so we appreciate that very, very much, because we heard a lot of great stories out there, man. So we appreciate it. I'm gonna ask you this: your story is very, very unique. You're originally from Edgard, but you started at West St. John, and then you crossed the river to East St. John. You finished everything off there. How it was making that adjustment, going to East St. John, and not just that, are we gonna ever see a East St. John versus a West St. John football game?
Yeah, man. First, with me being from Edgard and playing my whole life in Edgard and being there when I always tell people my going over to East St. John at the current time, we had the Vegas Franklins of the world, the Kirsten Pittmans of the world. those guys were a year older than me, and from a recruiting standpoint, they were East St. John at that time had them spitting them out left and right as far as to these Power 5 universities. And I had a younger sister who was 2 years younger than me who played basketball, who she was going to East St. John because at that time the girls basketball program was running too, and she's actually currently the head girls basketball coach at East St. John right now. So just kind of going back to those days and when my parents made the
I'm gonna
decision.
ask you this right quick. I'm gonna let you continue. I'm gonna ask you this right quick. I'm sorry to interrupt.
uh,
What's the basketball player's name?
Stacia James.
Okay. Because there've been some very good East St. John players. That's why I asked. Because there was a basketball player years and years after named Derron Thomas that was really, really good. So I was thinking that in the back of my mind, but I remember that player's name itself too. So continue.
Oh yeah, Michelet was a baller too, man. So me and her brother, Johnny, that's my boy. So yeah, Michelet could have go. She can go. My sister's a few years older than Michelet though. But yeah,
Okay.
shout out. He was one of the good ones that come through there as well. But yeah, man, like I said, when I ended up transferring over, I didn't want to. Like I said, my whole life, all my friends, my life was in that guard. But my parents kind of saw the bigger picture for where I wanted to go at from a sports standpoint. And I didn't know at the time if West St. John was going to be able to offer that to me at that time because we already knew East St. John was doing it. So we made the decision to do it. I mean, it ended up working out for me. I ended up making all state and all American and breaking all these records and doing what I got to do. And at the flip side, even at West St. John at the same time, Tyson and Quinn and Josh and Thomas and the same boys ended up going to LSU and going to these schools. But like I tell people all the time, when I was in high school, I wasn't blessed to be 6'5" like Tyson. I wasn't. LSU wouldn't have just looked at me and just saw how Tyson when he walked into a room, or even Quinn.
Mhm.
These two, the 6'3" linebacker fullbacks who Quinn was my fullback my whole life. For Little League, I tell you all the time, best fullback I ever played with in my life. Like I know Quinn was gonna blow up any linebacker, any DN, but he been that way. So, but those boys had the physical gifts to go along with the talent that when I was coming out at that particular moment, my body wasn't physically mature yet to be able to catch the eye of an LSU or Ohio State. So we thought that I need to go on a bigger stage. And for me, it worked out. I went to a bigger stage. I performed on a bigger stage, and I got what I wanted out of the deal, and it was good. But to answer that question, yeah, one day there'll be a game. There have been some games where West St. John have played East St. John in some jamborees over the past X amount of years. But yeah, so we'll never X out the opportunity to play to play against East St. John. But right now, we just trying to build up our program. We trying to get our standard up to where we want it to be at. And one day we'll cross paths.
Before I pass this to George Peppers, down the line, looking at the schedule more than anything else, you got St. James in the Railroad Classic. It's been so one-sided over the years, but this season could be a huge opportunity for your team to probably get a big win, get a huge win for West St. John to finally get it done against St. James. What are your chances to finally get that trophy back to Edgard?
And look, we working every day daily. We know that date's coming up, and we'll deal with them on Sunday after we finish dealing with young audience this week. But yeah, everybody knows the Railroad Classic. We all know the tradition and history behind it. The recent years, we haven't been on the winning end of that game, but this is a new year. This is a new team. This is a new program. So they run a solid program over there. Coach Davis had those boys ready and coached up. And same thing on mine. We matching that intensity. We matching that level from a coaching standpoint, from a player personnel standpoint, from a community standpoint. So we grinding daily, every day. We working daily to improve and get better and better. And once we get to next week after Friday night, we'll be able to put all of our focus on the St. James game. But we can't take anybody lightly. So we got to deal with young audience at 4 o'clock on September the 6th. It was a game time change. So we're going to be playing them at 4 o'clock. And once we finish with that game at 4, and we are 100% on the Wildcats, it's an away game for us. We going there. So we know the environment that we're going into. But We're gonna be ready. And like I said, we this is what we've been grinding for. This ain't no secret. I'm from Magog. I know what this game means to the community. St. James know what it means to their community. But let's get it. Let's get it.
George Peppers.
Coach Thomas, first off, I'm going to echo my co host sentiments and thanking you for joining us tonight in advance of the 2024 season. We appreciate the time that you're giving us. I want to start talking about, how you guys finished last year. The record's not going to reflect it, but you guys played a lot of close games late, and you got to the playoffs and lost a close game to Generette. After that game, what did you tell your team after that game in advance of this year? Because you guys bring a lot of experience back. You lose four starters, I think, on both sides of the ball. And you got a lot of good young talent, a lot more depth. But what was the message after that playoff loss last year?
Man, we told the guys we finally started to play the type of football that we knew that our kids had in them to play. Like I said, just to even give up those 12 points, and there was a punt return and two safeties. That was their 12 points. They didn't even score an offensive touchdown. And to take that team to the ropes the way we did, I told them, remember this feeling, remember this feeling of disappointment, and just vow to never let it happen again. And my question was, what you gonna do to change it? What you gonna do to fix it? Are you gonna put the work in the off season? Are you gonna put the work in the summer? Are you gonna put the work in the film room? Are you gonna get better? Are you gonna do all of the things that it takes to get over that hump? And we put that challenge out to the kids, and the kids have responded. And like I said, everybody's back. We only lost four seniors last year. And now we got a team who they've been through it. They've been through the adversity. And then we got a few new kids who didn't even play last year who, for various reasons, had a couple of transfers. I had a few who had to sit out, had a few issues off the field that we had to kind of get in line. But, we showing up now. We got at least 10 kids who didn't even play last year who we really depended on to play this year. And these are some guys who are some guys. So to be able to get all of those guys back, to be able to fine tune our roster and kind of reshape and fill in some holes that we needed to fill in. We expected big things. Like I tell them, don't be surprised. I tell them, don't be surprised when we get what we get. We're not gonna be surprised because we know what we got in our locker room. We know what we got in our coaching staff, and we know the work that we put in. And that's the biggest thing preaching to the boys. It's not about on fight that I'm ready for the fight. What did you prep for before the fight? Did you prepare before the fight? Because everybody
Yeah.
ready to fight. But what did you do that journey up to the fight? So that's the challenge to the boys, and they're responding. And we're gonna line up with anybody we play against to play football.
It's an anomaly that West St. John was as record wise was as bad as they were. It really is abnormal. West St. John has always been known to be a state championship contender. And I think with the schedule that you put together, it looks like it's tailor made for you guys to show a big boost in wins. But I want to talk about a freshman running back that you have in Kalen Gardner, 5'8", 155. You talk big time about him. He's a freshman. Elaborate for those who obviously don't know him because he's a freshman and no one's seen him play varsity ball. But talk about what he's going to bring to your backfield.
Yeah, man. Caleb is a ninth grader. He came to us as the eighth grader last year. He
Hmm.
had to sit out last year, so he played on the junior varsity team. But he's a guy, he's still developing because he's young, So I pour a lot into my kids and the standard that I have. I let them know the things I'm teaching you as a 14-year-old. You're getting next level teaching. I'm learning the stuff I learned at Miami. When I was with Frank Gore and when I was with different guys who in the league and the Edgerrin James and the Clinton Portis. These are the guys who taught me what I learned, and I'm teaching it to 14-year-olds. So just imagine the mental side of it that you will have an advantage over your peers, just from an X's and O's and a mentality and technique wise. And he's going to be special, he's going to be special. Really, really special. He's talented. He can run the football. He can catch. He's physical. I'm excited for Caleb. So his older brother played at West St. John. He was on the state championship team in 2017. So it's
Hmm.
kind of us. So like I told him, your older brother got a ring. What you gonna do with your opportunity. So I got 4 years with. I'm excited
Yeah.
for the years, and I'm
Hmm.
expecting Caleb.
Jordan Groves is one of your better defensive backs on your team. He's an all district guy that comes back, has some colleges looking at him. Talk about his progression this summer, what you've seen this summer from him going into his senior year.
the leadership and resiliency that Jardine has is unmatched. Jardine is by far the most rawest, athletic, toughest guy in our program. Like in practice, we can't block him. It's hard to tame him down because he plays full speed, but he practices full speed, and on game day he's full speed. He's athletic. His athleticism is off the charts. His toughness and tenacity is off the charts. He's the guy who he makes everybody else better because he's playing so balls to the wall that if you don't play at his intensity, you're gonna get embarrassed. So he lifts the level of everybody else in the program on practice on a daily basis, even from workouts. He's there every day. He's committed. He's been through a lot more than most people can even imagine some of the things, but for that guy, that kid, he's just, I told him that's the deck of cards you're dealt because everybody had a different hand in spades. But, you make out of your situation and you're going to get out of it what's just. And I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this upcoming season for him. And my goal is for him to get a scholarship, get to college, make something of yourself, make something for your family, for your brothers and your sisters, and make your community proud.
You're going to have one of the bigger offensive 1A. Talk about how key they're going to have to be, John, to make the strides that you expect them to make.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get physical. We're gonna get physical, right? We do have one of the bigger lines in the state. Across the board, we probably average around 260 to 270 across the board, and that's with one freshman who's 290, and he's a ninth grader. He's starting. His name is Aubrey White. So that's another ninth grader who will be in there. But those kids are getting better every day. I got Kiwan 5. He's our most athletic, toughest lineman that we have on both sides, from a physicality standpoint, from a mentality standpoint. And he's another one who's about 270, 275. So we definitely got some beef up front. It's not no secret. Yeah, we got some size and we're gonna run the football. We're gonna try to run the football. We're gonna try to be physical. We're gonna spread the ball around. We're gonna do what we gotta do. Hey, when you got a line of our size with the guys that we have, and I'm a running back, so by my nature, I want to run the football. So that's what we're gonna
Okay.
do. And excuse me, the kids knew that's
You're
what
good.
and we practice that way. We try to get physical. We holding them accountable. We tough on them, but it's all out of love, and they know that. So we keep on pushing them to limits that they don't even know they can get to. But sorry, but like you
It's
said,
okay.
you'll thank us you'll thank us on sign day, graduation day, state championship day. You'll thank us then. So that's how we talk to the boys, so we can keep them going and let them know it's bigger than you. It's a bigger story than your story. We doing this for each other, doing it for your brothers. And the Cavs are really, really buying into that. So I'm excited for this upcoming year and what we're gonna be able to bring to the table.
Chase Farnell is back as your as a junior at your quarterback position. Talk about his progression through the summer and what are you expecting from him coming into this season?
Jason's improved a lot. His leadership has picked up. He's being accountable. He's picking up. He's learning everything. He's able to teach the guys and put some of the teammates in the positions to be successful. And I appreciate the work that Jason's putting in. He's a good kid and he wants to improve and he wants to be better. And with him doing that, it makes the whole program better just from a competitive standpoint and being able to just guide the troops. Kind of keeping the band together. We are brothers keeper. So it's our
Mhm.
job to make sure that your teammates don't or make sure your brother's not doing nothing to harm themselves or anything like that. And Jason's been a big integral part of that. So I'm excited for him as an athlete overall. Like he's a kid who Jason's played cornerback, nickel, receiver, quarterback, anything we ask. He's the kicker, free safety. Anything we ask from Jace is a guy who can go at that position. He can excel. And with Jace, I'm excited for that for him. So I'm just excited for everything that's going to come his way as well.
one of the biggest strengths. What do you feel is the biggest strength of your football team as we go into 2024? When you look at the composition of your team, where do you feel like you're the most strongest?
I think that my secondary is really, really, really solid. Got Jardé Groves, you got Chance Bove, you got Ramon Lathers. I have Devon Davis. Those guys, they really Kimara Weber. Those kids there, they really get after it. They're making us better. The physicality, the cover skills, the tackling. Obviously, that's the focal point of our team. We kind of built our depth charts around we in our preseason meetings. We wanted to be solid defensively. We knew we had to stop the run. We knew that we would have to be able to lock down on those corners. And the least help that we got to give to them, the more we can focus on stopping the run. So we knew we needed some corners who can really give us that shutdown mentality that we wanted to have. And those guys are really responding to that. So my secondary has really, really been up to the challenge. And they talk trash with me a lot because I joke and clown with them in practice to kind of get them amped up. But those are my tough. He's my roughneck. These my roughest, toughest ones on the team. They're not scared to hit. They're not scared to be physical. They love to tackle. But most importantly, they're for each other. So shout out to them and their DB coach, their D coordinator, Coach Reggie Joseph, does a good job with those boys, man. Just getting them technically sound from an assignment standpoint, teaching their rules and responsibilities. So we've been improving on that. And those guys, they've really been responding. Like I really believe that all of those kids will have an opportunity to play football on the next level.
Two more questions before I turn it over to JB. One, uh, every team's goal is obviously to get to New Orleans and the Superdome, but from where you were last year, what do you feel like would constitute a successful season for West St. John this year?
But what's said done this year? State championship.
I mean, hey, we aiming high, right? That's a good thing.
That's the
Um,
goal. Being with us means
as it
make us.
should be.
I mean, we went through our bumps last year, but why not us? Why not us? If Jenna Red, they were the number 5 team in the state last year. We took them to the ropes, and if they're gonna be the
Two
number 5
safeties and a pick
team,
six.
and that was last year, and we think we're better than
Hmm.
last year. We think we're bigger than last year. We're stronger than last year. We better coach than last year. We think we have more talent than last year. So we feel like anybody that we line up and play against, we're gonna have as a chance because of the work that we
Okay.
put in prior to the
Okay.
games.
Last question. One of the more passionate fan bases in the state is down by you guys in Edgar. Talk about, and we're going to get to see that firsthand in Week 7 when Riverside makes the trek down to you guys. And I'm very much look. Honestly, true confession. I've been in this business 18 years. I've never been to Edgar for a game. I've always been assigned elsewhere, but I've never been to you. Talk about the atmosphere, game day atmosphere down at West St. John. What are we to expect on game day down there? Obviously, the food and tailgating and everything, but talk about the atmosphere at West St. John on game day.
The atmosphere is gonna be there. We're a prideful community. We passionate about our program and our sports, and we really, really getting it back to where we wanted to be at. So it's first class. They're gonna feed you. We're gonna give you the hospitality. You got a few mosquitoes you're gonna have to deal with, but
Yeah.
if you can find them, weather the storm with mosquitoes, we're gonna Riverside and West Head John is a rival game that's been going for 30 plus years,
Mm-hmm.
and to kind of when they come in town. That's week 7, I think it is. We
It
want to.
is.
It'll be a good one. They'll have a higher ranking somewhere. They're a solid ball club. Lee does a good job with those guys over there in
Mhm.
Riverside. So we respect them all. We respect them all, but we don't fear them none. So we're gonna respect them. We're gonna prep for them. We're gonna train for them. We're gonna get mentally able, but we're gonna line up and we're gonna do what we do, and that's play some sound, disciplined football, and the results are going to be the results. If we do what we're supposed to do, the results should be in our favor.
Coach Derron Thomas, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you week 7 as West St. John hosts Riverside, and that will be the Hash It Out Show game of the week. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
Oh man, thank you guys, man. I have a good one. Appreciate y'all for having me.
You do
Yes,
the same,
sir.
Coach. Good
Definitely.
luck.
You too.
Uh,
Thank you.
Coach Derron Thomas, West St. John's Rams head football coach, and despite the 2-8 record, you've heard the talk around the town. He's respected amongst his peers, the community. The players have bought in, and I'm telling you, this will be a different season from last season. They were this close from beating the 5th seed Generette and to hosting a second round playoff game, but the West St. John this year. Don't you guys agree quickly?
I guess I'll go first. I guess I'll go first. I didn't know if it was VK or me, but I guess I'll take it first. Listen, I think this is one of the teams that we better pay attention to as the season progresses. When you look at how they finished last year, and Coach Thomas said in the playoff game, 2 safeties and a defensive touchdown was Generet's points. So, in theory, the shutout was pitched off from the West St. John defense. You know, I think with 20 more players with a lot of experience coming back, I think this is a team that's going to make some big noise. And they're in Division 4. I want to say non-select. I don't think they're in
That's
Oak
correct.
Grove. Are they with Oak Grove, I think? Or did Oak Grove move up?
No, they in Division 4 non-select.
Non-select.
I think Oak Grove moved up to Division
3
non-select. So you're
Okay,
looking at
so they got to duck those cats.
yeah.
So they're going to duck them. And one correction from last night: McDonough 35 is up to Division 1. They will play Division 1 in the selects. I saw that today. I read it today. I forgot where, but yeah, they're in Division 1. They're not in 2. I thought they were in 2, but I read today they were in Division 1. I don't remember the site. I saw it. But VK, I think the Rams are a team that's going to make rapid strides, rapid improvement. I think this is a team. I don't know about state champion. Maybe. I mean, Coach Thomas has got high expectations. I do too. I think they're going to be good, much better than last year. Cohesively, they're going to be stronger. But I could see this team getting to Thanksgiving at least this year.
VK.
Well,
wait,
West St. John, I tell you, a very good program that's really trying to come back, had some lean years and everything else, especially since our Hurricane Ida and stuff like that. And for Thomas to come in and step in, and amazing for him and his story in itself, for him to say, my home will always be Edgard, that really says something. Really, really says something to me. And it really says on the community, man. So I hope that East St. John, West St. John do happen in the regular season, but we wish them the best going forward. I think the way it's looking, Coach Thomas is getting that program to the right direction more than anything else.
Yes.
And it's amazing that these programs has really generated some great talent, not just at St. James, not at just at East St. John, but West St. John as well. They have a good bit that it made it not just through the college ranks, but in the NFL as well. So, they're trying to get West St. John back to not just the winning tradition, but getting these kids to the next level. So that's the main thing, the main goal that Coach Thomas and also that administration, who is pretty young in itself, trying to build over in St. John Parish.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to pick some games from week 1 right here on the Hash It Out Show.
Hey y'all, this is Jen Hale from Fox Sports. You're watching the Hash It Out Show with JB the Sports Guy, VK Jones, and George Peppis.
Welcome to Bayou AV Security. My name is Rusty Mathern, proud owner and operator. We specialize in providing top-notch audio solutions, advanced security cameras, reliable internet services, and stunning permanent holiday lighting. At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. We are locally owned and conveniently located on the West Bank. As a fully licensed business, we take pride in delivering quality service you can trust. You can see our exceptional work showcased in the parade of homes. Experience the Bayou difference firsthand. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. Alongside me is George Peppers, and I don't know where VK just went because he was just here, and I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, he was right there, and then poof, he gone. Man, he did a whole magic act. But I'm sure VK would hop back on with us shortly. As you guys just saw, the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. John Ehret taking on the Chalmette Owls. You can see it on my YouTube page, and those who are watching on my YouTube page, that's where it's going to be. JB the Sports Guy. We'll have pregame starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and then the kickoff right after pregame at 6:30 p.m. We encourage each and every one of you to join us and to watch this game as we make history. The first live video stream of the Hash It Out Show, John Ehret versus Chalmette, and then the first ever audio broadcast was John Ehret versus Covington last year's George Peppers, as you and VK called that game. But we're going to get right into it. Everybody is ready. And like I said, VK would be popping back in. Man, what the hell happened? What happened, VK?
I don't know myself. I wonder what happened. It's did you keep going? Because I ain't gonna lie, I seen after the commercial, the Bayou commercial, and all of a sudden it just
Nah, we were all here. Then you just poof. You were gone.
I think something was slow on my side, so I had to just refresh because the things were slow on my side. So I was trying to refresh before the last commercial. Cause I know you were going to that the game of the week, so that's why I was trying to get back in here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Kitty. He went to go study real quick. That's right. All right. Let's get going, fellas. Let's get started with these picks. As you all know, we are not picking John Ehret and Chalmette because we are broadcasting that game tomorrow. But also on Thursday night, Central of Baton Rouge taking on De La Salle. And VK, you go first. Who do you have? That take too long. We got a lot of games.
Okay. Yeah. Man, it's a tough one to pick and everything. De La Salle should be a much, much better team. That should be a close game. But I'm gonna go with David Seminole in Central.
All right. George Peppers, who you got?
Cavaliers at home, close game. I think that Graham Jarrett is going to pull a slight upset here. Thursday night, short week, Thursday night game at home. I think De La Salle pulls the upset.
I'm with VK. I have Central of Baton Rouge with the win over De La Salle. A lot of people had Central getting to the Superdome this year. All right. Next game, also on a Thursday night. Patrick Taylor at Riverdale. Who you got, VK?
Ran into a couple Patrick Taylor players. It was kind of an up and down night, and also talking with also Kenny oh, shoot,
Bourgeois.
Kenny Bourgeois, and he was saying that we got a lot of work to do. We got a whole lot of work to do in itself. It should be interesting, but I really think Riverdale's gonna have too much depth. They'll get the win.
George.
I hate to do this. I swear to God, I hate to do this because I was with VK last Friday night and ran into some of the fan base, and one of their players remembered me and said, "Ah, it's nice to see you." We were at, of course, at the local eatery, Raising Canes. I'll give them some love. But Patrick Taylor, I love y'all. I can't do it though. I gotta go with them. Rebels, Riverdale.
Riverdale Scottish Rebels. I'm going with them too. Clean sweep. Oak Grove at Calvary Baptist. VK.
The back-to-back state championship will start. The journey starts right here, right now for Calvary Baptist. They get the win,
Man,
and
I'm about to say which team. They both won state championships.
I'm sorry. You're right about that. You're right, but I'm gonna go. Calvary Baptist should be a shootout in that ball.
All right, George Peppers, who you got?
I know Oak Grove won't have many passing yards, but as far as I'm just goofing around. Look, I think it's a fascinating Thursday night matchup, but I'm going to go with the home side here. I've been on Calvary from jump. Oh, VK hiding himself now, but I'm going to go with Calvary Baptist as well. Like I can't get away from that Cavaliers team. I think they may arguably be the best team in the state, regardless of class, and this would be a very big statement win if they get it.
This game is actually Friday night. I have Calvary Baptist as well. Calvary Baptist with the win. All right. This game was supposed to be at Opelousas, but has been getting torrential downpour, more than what we've gotten here in the New Orleans area. So they are moving the game to Turley's Catholic, which is the team they're playing. So we have Opelousas at Turley's Catholic. Does the venue happens to change any of your picks, guys? VK, go first.
No, no, absolutely not. I think the game will probably the game was going to be close anyway, but I think Opelousas sends a serious message, especially now with the game being switched and having their banner ceremony delayed a week. So I think Opelousas gets the win over Turns.
And
All right,
think
George.
and delayed a week, but guess what they get in week two? Big Bad Ed in the car. How you like that banner raising against that team? What do you think Carr's going to think? But as far as this matchup, this is one of my easier picks of the week. Opelousas will win, and they can name. Look, Turling's Catholics replacing their quarterback. Dane Chapontier is a good coach. They're replacing too much. I think the Opelousas defense is going to overwhelm them. And yeah, I know that they've had their issues with Turling's Catholic. They haven't beaten them in a minute, 10 years, according to Kenny. This is the year. If they don't do it this year, they'll never do it. Opelousas wins by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Cheese is saying the game got moved back to Opelousas. I don't care where the game at. I got Opelousas beating Turley's Catholic also. I don't care where it's at. They can go play in Tiger Stadium. All right, guys. Hammond was up and coming last year. Denham Springs was the talk of the town last year because of what they did the year before. Denham Springs didn't make the playoffs last year. Who wins this game, VK?
I like what Coach Buckles have right now at Hammond, an improving team that's continuing to rise, and they're going to try to make a big, big step. Close game, but I got Hammond. Get it done on the road.
George.
Oh, God, it VK, man. I was hoping he was going to get sucked into the home side. Listen, North Shore teams against Baton Rouge teams are a good matchup for the North Shore. North Shore teams have had a modium of success against teams out of BR. I think it continues. I think Hammond goes to Denham Springs and wins a very tightly contested game. Hammond wins this game.
Man, it ain't happening. Denham Springs, Jerry Horn at quarterback, gets the job done over Hammond. I got Denham Springs defeating Hammond. Yes, I do. Moving along, East Ascension coming down to play Brother Morton. Brock Mathern and his team. Do we smell upset, VK?
Not quite. Not quite. I would love to go with the upset, and Brock is, very good friends of ours and everything. Good, interesting first matchup. I expect them to come out firing, ready to go. Expect it to be pretty close, but I think Brother Martin pulls away in the fourth quarter and gets it done.
Remember what Brother Setu said is a nice quarterback. And I think Brother Martin has better talent across the board. I think this is a great coaching matchup with Brock Mathern and Mark Bonice. I think this is a competitive, spirited affair, but I'm like VK. I think the Crusaders get a separation score at some point in the second half, and I think Brother Martin wins it.
And I like that. Brother Martin separates in the second half. I got Brother Martin by 10 plus. Brock McThurman, my guy. I'm sorry. Number love, man. We just picking games. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. But I got Brother Martin winning over East Ascension. Here we go. I don't know if y'all heard the talk about Evangel. And what I mean is, y'all know Evangel shoots a documentary, a reality show called God Family Football. The second season will be shown starting next month. And I'm going to be watching that thing for sure because I watched the first season. I thought it was good. They want to start filming the third season, but these coaches now, opposing coaches, don't want them filming on their campus at their stadium because they think Evangel is using this to recruit players. Anyway, Neville is coming to Evangel. VK, who you got?
I also heard the third season is going to be switching to Fox.
Second season going to Fox Nation.
Fox Nation. So that's what I heard about that. I don't know if people are a fan of that, but at the same time, this is going to be a close ball game. This is basically a return to glory for both of these teams. Whoever wins, there's going to be some momentum going forward. Neville finally back in 5A, but I really think the Evangel Eagles is going to get it done against Neville. I think the Evangel Eagles will get it done. Like I said before, Neville got some chinks in that armor. They've been taking some hits these last couple of years, and I mean some bad ones too. They ain't like Washington, but they done took some bad hits. I'm taking Evangel.
George?
The reason I'm putting my phone down is I'm writing these games and picks so that nobody's trying to cheat. Okay. Now, Evangel is also.
Even though I sent you the picks, but go ahead.
I know you did, but I'm writing down who we picked so that nobody's cheating. VK, I'm playing. All right, I'm playing. But look, Evangel move up to 5A as well, not just Neville. So let's pay attention to last impressions lead into a new season. And Evangel, when we last saw him, played Shaw in a tight game, if I remember right. I think y'all won by a touchdown, if I remember right. Shaw.
Correct. Yeah.
So if a lasting impression is a good first impression to the next season, if that makes sense, the correlation, I'm going to go with the team that has the quarterback that people have talked a lot about. I want to see if the hype is real. Neville, VK's right. They got some chinks in their armor. I think it's a close game early, but I think Evangel's offense and tempo is what's going to win this game. Eagles at home.
Man, y'all go sit down somewhere. Both of y'all. I got Neville. Do y'all realize Neville was beating Rustin in the Jamboree, and the only way Rustin won was a pick six? Neville about to beat Evangel.
It was a Jamboree, sir. It was a Jamboree. It didn't count.
It was a Jamboree. Exactly, as a Jamboree, but
I
get it.
I know y'all not coming at me like it's just a Jamboree.
Oh, no.
But last week you like, St. Aug, yeah, they're going to win and keep the streak going over Shaw. But now y'all want to say it's a Jamboree. Like, it don't mean nothing. I ain't trying to hear that, man.
Y'all know you ain't trying to hear it. I know you ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah, I ain't.
I know you ain't trying to hear it. It's all to the good. But at the same time, bro, I'm telling you right now, I think, Neville has, like I said, they've taken some hits.
Say it, Cheese. Tell him, Cheese.
They've taken some hits. So I'm telling you, Neville is not the same. That could be huge. That could be huge for Neville if they get this win. I definitely will say that. But if you lose, remember,
Me and
one.
VK.
That's it.
I can lose this, but I can win the whole thing.
We ain't worried about that.
Nah.
You ain't winning it.
Moving on.
Let's move on.
Moving on. Here we
St.
go. St. Thomas More has won 4 out of the last 5 championships, but they move into Division One. Karen Crow was talked about last year to win Division One Select, and then that came to a halt in the second round. So here we go. STM going to Karen Crow. VK Jones, who you got?
I got this is a very good one. I would pick STM in this one, but at the same time, like I said before about Karen Crow, if this is a time to say this is our year, it starts now. I got Karen Crow over STM in a close one.
George?
One of the most underrated, intimidating home atmospheres is Karen Crow. The Crow Dome is a very, very difficult place, but not so fast, VK. St. Thomas More walks in 0-0, and they leave 1-0. St. Thomas More in a very close game.
Everybody watching, you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the likes. You're watching on X/Twitter, hit that follow button. You're watching on Instagram, hit that follow button. You're watching on Facebook, send a friend request or hit that follow button. That's 2 pages. But moving on, I'm sorry, bro. My man Chance Babineau gonna do his thing at quarterback for Karen Crow, but it won't be enough. St. Thomas More will defeat Karen Crow. We just had Coach Derron Thomas on the show. His team, West St. John, taking on Young Audience. Do we all agree? West St. John.
Yes.
GP?
Why? Yeah, West St. John. Easy.
Tell them, Cheese. STM has 0 issues going to hostile places. That's right. Okay, here we go.
Of course they got no. Of course they got no issue going on.
Yeah, they 0. That's right. That's right.
Of course it's 0. But like I said before, we gonna see what happens. Like we know, we believe in.
See, I brought this question to you. When it's in the car, it's just reload. But St. Thomas More, you like they rebuilding. Why isn't they reloading either? They won 4 out of the last 5 championships. Reload, man.
Listen, this happens to every team. Don't matter. It's always that 1 year. 1 year, okay? I'm not saying that St. Thomas More gonna have a bad season. All I'm saying is they might have problems early, but there'll be a factor later. That's all I'm gonna say about STM.
I want that coach
factor down the line.
That coach that found me on the Superdome floor when they beat LC, and he told me, "You gotta believe. You gotta start believing in us." I never didn't believe, but he need to come find you now. He need to come find you.
See, they found you. See, I gave them all their respect last year. It's like, yo,
I gave them respect. I just didn't think they were gonna beat LCA in the dome. That's it. But anyway, let's move on. Union Parish at North DeSoto. VK, who you got?
Woo, another good one there, man. I think Luke Delafield and Dennis Dunn, they're gonna be ready to get it, man. It should be a very good one. But I think North DeSoto pulls away and wins it.
All right. Seldom seen. Yeah, Karen Crow is outside Lafayette, not Opelousas. You got to go up about another good 25 miles to the Opelousas. It's outside Lafayette. So VK, you got North DeSoto?
North DeSoto.
All right, George, who you got? North DeSoto or Union Parish?
That's gonna be a tough one here. I mean, you got the power game of Union Parish against the wide open offense of North DeSoto. I'm gonna go with the home team by a field goal, North DeSoto.
I'm going with North DeSoto too. I don't know if Union Parish can stop that passing the game. I don't know if they'll be able to stop that passing game of North DeSoto. I'm going North DeSoto. Here we go. Pan American Stadium, Friday night, Scotlandville versus John F. Kennedy. VK, who you got?
JFK. Making a statement from game 1. Should be interesting early, but I think JFK has a huge second half.
Okay. George Pepper, Scotlandville or JFK?
I think I picked Kennedy to get to the against you guys in our picks. Dominates Scotlandville. Cougars big.
Ooh, he got JFK. I got JFK 2 winning. Yes, I do. Coach L Face, what's up, man? I got y'all winning. Here we go. Big game happening in the southwest part of the state that a lot of people are not talking about. Iowa at Jennings. Yes, going down. Who you got, VK?
Ooh, Highway and Jennings. Man, that's a good one right there.
No, seldom. No, seldom. I got family in Opelousas. No, you're wrong. But go ahead, VK.
Ah man, as much as I like Iowa, and they are a really, really good team. Give me the dogs, man. Go out on and give me the dogs.
He got Jennings. George Peppers, who you got?
Hmm. Yeah, right. This is one of the more underrated games in the state, not just the area.
All right,
Damn
Seldom.
it.
We'll leave you alone, Seldom.
All right. What?
Hey,
What? I'm missing what Seldon's saying.
don't worry about it. Don't
Don't
worry
worry
about
about
it.
it.
Okay, it's
We
all for
look,
the good.
we gonna see Seldom tomorrow. He probably gonna
I'm
try to
sure
come to
we
the press.
will.
He gonna try to come to the press box with us. I guarantee you. But go ahead.
If you ever see a man fly, it might be tomorrow, right? Um, just saying. As far as this game, though, it is one of the more underrated games in the state. I'm like VK though. I'm gonna go with the home team here, Jennings. Close.
I'm going Jennings as well. Yes, sir. I'm going with Jennings. I'm going with the dogs. All right, here we go. Defending state champs, Catholic, traveling to Destrehan, VK.
I'm gonna be like this. If Destrehan's defense keeps Catholic in that ball game, Destrehan got a chance to win it. I got the Wildcats by a field goal to take down the defending champions.
You got Destrehan. All right, George, who
That's
you
the
got?
thing.
Um, look, from what you guys told me when they played, oh Jesus. Okay, there we go. I actually hit the wrong button. From what you guys told me about the scrimmage 2 weeks ago, where that thoroughly dominated, I don't know if they're going to do enough to beat this Catholic team. And I know Catholic is breaking in a new quarterback. Um, the Bears are too much. Bears win by 10.
All right. I got Catholic winning also. I got Catholic over Destrehan. Sorry, VK.
Well, Cheese is
I'm not.
agreeing with me on that one.
That's okay.
Appreciate you.
That's okay. That's cool. All right, guys, we're going up north. Acadiana. Last year's state runner-ups in Division One select, taking on the Division One select champions. Excuse me, guys. Ruston, who you got? VK.
Ruston Bearcats. In a close one,
Ooh.
they'll pull away in the fourth quarter. Ruston.
All right. Who you got, George Peppers?
Love the job that Matt McCulloch's done at Indiana, but again, another situation where they got rung up like a dog against Ruston's going to do the same thing. I don't know about 60 plus points, but Ruston's going to make an early statement. Banner hanging Friday night. They'll win, but I'd say they win by 2 touchdowns. Ruston.
I got Ruston too. I got Ruston over Acadiana by 10. I got Ruston. Jesuit taking a ride to Homer to take on. Yeah, Ruston got guys out, Kenny. I'm still going Ruston. I'm still going Ruston over Acadiana. Jesuit going to Homer to take on E.D. White. VK, who you got?
Whew. This is a huge, huge game. If ED White gets this done, getting a win against a 5A team, But I'm gonna go with Ryan Manali and the Jesuit Blue Jays to steal one in Thibodeau.
George, who you got?
Hmm. Okay. Looks like VK's been stealing my notes. I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays because Edie White. I don't know if they have the physicality to match up against a Jesuit team, and Ryan Manali loves coaching against these kinds of teams. I think the Jesuit Blue Jays go down to Edie White and win a tightly contested game by, I say, by a touchdown.
Woo! And I say the Blue Jays will not win. E.D. White will shock the Hash It Out Show world and the fans of the Hash It Out Show who thinks Jesuit's going to win. I have Edie White defeating Jesuit. Big time win for the Edie White Cardinals. Oh, yeah, DJ13, what's happening? Tell them. E.D. White. That's right. Moving on. Riverside. Division 4 select state runner-ups also going to Homer to take on the Terrebonne Tigers. VK, who you got?
Good. This is an underrated good one right here. It's another great game. I really think it's going to be really close. Gotta go with Terrebonne by a smidge. Very, very close.
Okay. George?
Okay. And again, I ain't worked too many hours. Seldom call me nerves. We'll see you tomorrow night.
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
All right. I'm gonna say this though. In a game like this, I need to take the team that's got the most impactful player, and that is Riverside and Dedrick Lasty. Rebels win this game. I think it's a high scoring game, but I think Riverside leaves Terrebonne 1-0. They win.
I'm going Terrebonne with the win, and I think the running back on the other side, I think his name is Alvin Celestine, but his last name is Celestine. He's going to have the bigger game this time. Dedrick Lasty going to get his yards, but Alvin Celestine will have the bigger game. I got Terrebonne. Damn. Nah, moving on. We going to New Iberia, ladies and gentlemen. Two head coaches who were teammates together, who were both defensive backs at Louisiana Tech. Coach Franklin of LCCP, Lake Charles College Prep, and Coach Antoine of Westgate. This is a rivalry that they have every year just because they're good friends and say, let's just play each other. But Lake Charles College Prep cannot give them the hope of beating Westgate. Is this the year Lake Charles College Prep beat Westgate, VK?
No, as long as Jabari Antoine is behind center and is out there, not this time. Westgate.
George?
I'm going with the home team as well. I think the Tigers win it. Jabari Antoine gets his. Lake Charles College Prep will be better, but I didn't see a fundamentally sound team last year, and until I do, Westgate's a better football team. Tigers get it done.
Yeah, it's the Westgate Tigers all the way. Westgate over at Lake Charles College Prep. All right, 7 o'clock at the Shrine. Lafayette Christian Academy comes to town to take on the Rummel Raiders. Who you got, VK?
LCE might come in there with a nice start and everything else, but I think General Buggage, Normal, they're gonna handle business. I think Rummel wins by 2 touchdowns.
Rummel was a team that they feel like they were robbed of a trip to the dome because of Mother Nature. Having that game pushed back against Catholic. Remember, they did everything right in that spot until they moved the game to Saturday, and then Catholic's depth took over, and the injuries that Rummel had accumulated all year long added up in that spot. Jawan Johnson's not playing quarterback for Lafayette Christian. I know they got Jalen Noel, and I know they still got some dogs on that team. Not enough. I think the Raiders get it done.
Cheese, my boy. Prove me wrong, Cheese, when y'all come down here. Prove me wrong. I got Rummel winning this too. But Cheese, prove me wrong. Y'all come down here and beat Rummel. Oh, we giving y'all major props. Major props when we do the show next Tuesday, Cheese. No disrespect, Cheese. It's just how I feel. I feel Rummel gets the win. But prove me wrong. And I got a number mad noise to talk to Mitch about. And if y'all know who Mitch is, he likes talking trash to me too.
And then you have to think with all this rain too. Remember, the Shriner Airline, the field is not really all that really cracked up to be. So trust me, it's gonna be kind of crazy on Friday. We might see a shootout or we might see a sloppy game. We'll see.
All right, guys. I think this is a tough one right here. St. James at East St. John. Who you got, VK?
That is a very, very tough one. Two good coaches. I think Lavanta Davis is going to go into Laplace with his young team, a very good test from the jump. I think the Wildcats of St. James gets the steal in the battle of the Wildcats.
Okay.
I think St. James, excuse me, is in a little bit of a transition cycle this time. They're replacing a ton. East St. John has disappointed in the big spots before. I don't think they will here. I think they win a tight game, and I'm going to go with the home side here, East St. John, to beat St. James Friday night.
All right. Cool deal. Hi, this is tough, but I think East St. John wins in a very close game, maybe about 4 points. I think this is a close one, as close as it could get. So I'm gonna go East St. John with the win. Let me get back to the chat right quick. Yeah, second game Rummel in the LCA behind Curtis. Great game. Gonna be this game here. Great game. Says cheese. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Moving on. Booker T. Washington at Hornville. Coach Greg Bowen makes his debut. VK, who you got?
Tigers gets it done and gets some good momentum in the first game.
All right. George Peppers.
Can I make it melodramatic? Nah, Hanville.
Yeah, me too. Hornville with the win. Let's go to Plaquemines, Paris. The Higgins Hurricanes are going to play the South Plaquemines Hurricanes. We got Hurricanes fighting each other. Ooh, who's going to be the big F5 that's going to dominate the other Hurricane? Who you got, VK?
I'll tell you one thing right now. That team out there in Clackamas Parish near Beerus, that team has got something serious. And I think they make a huge statement at home against Higgins. Give me South Plaquemines.
Oh, yeah. Who you got, George Peppers?
No, I think is the theme here, right? Uh, I gotta say, normally I'm not one to go with the lower classifications against the 5A kind of. I mean, Higgins is 5A again, but Lyle Feet's got a nice little squad. They are not afraid to test themselves against higher classifications, and this is about power points. I think this is a defensive game, big time defensive game. First team to 14 wins it. I'm going with the home team here, South Plaque.
Man, more than 20. I'm sorry. I think South Plaque winning by 24, 27. I mean,
I'll take 20.
did you
I'll
not
take
see what
20. I'll take
I bet you
24 and
would?
Higgins. No, I would
Yeah.
because Emmanuel Powell's the new coach there. You forget that guy
Okay,
can coach.
and
All
okay,
right.
that's great, but he doesn't have talent. He doesn't have depth.
Well,
He doesn't have enough.
he's got table scraps. West Bank table
That's not.
scraps.
Hey,
I mean,
that's not nice. Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that
I
no,
to the
no,
know.
don't
players
do that.
like
Don't
that,
do that.
George.
Don't
Don't
do
do that
that.
to the
Okay.
players.
No, no.
Know that.
I right now it's like this. I want Emmanuel Powell to do well.
We are.
But
He's
Yeah,
at
going
but at
to.
me
but
He's
too.
at but
going
I
to.
think he's going to, but not this year. The way I've been hearing it, and I'm hoping it wasn't true, and all of a sudden what I heard and what happened in the Jamboree against Riverdale, it's like,
I
oh
saw it.
boy,
It's
a
on
lot of work to
YouTube.
do.
It's on
A
YouTube.
lot of work to do, man. I'll tell you, it's almost like different situations in itself. I would give it time, but I ain't gonna lie. If he gets some good talent up in there, soon Higgins is gonna be back in the fold. It's gonna take some time.
Cheese. I'm gonna say this. I'm waiting for an official word. We've heard the rumors all day. I'm not speaking on it till I hear the official word. So, but anyway, I got South Plaquemines just went to Chalmette and beat them by 21 in a jamboree. But anyway, I got
Right.
South Plaque by more than 20 over LW Higgins. I think they will do some damage. Um, moving on. St. Charles Catholic at
Mm.
Newman Kenneth Hall, the linebacker for St. Charles Catholic, tore his ACL in the Jamboree game against East St. John. He's out. He's out. Big piece that's missing for St. Charles Catholic now. Can they still beat Newman, VK?
I know Coach Wayne Stein is going to have them ready to go and everything else. It's going to be really a close game regardless of the fact, but I think Newman finally gets it done. It's been a while, and I think Coach Stewart will finally get that victory against St. Charles in a close one. I got Newman Greens.
GP.
Austin talking all that noise, huh? Somebody's gonna have a better record than me on the picks. Talk is cheap, my boy. Talk is cheap. Time to cash a check. All right. As far as this game, Eli Friend is a very nice quarterback for Newman. You mentioned the kid from St. Charles that's out for the year. I'm with VK. I got the Greenies at home. I think it's going to be closer now. I told you, I worry about the carryover, about how they lost the state title game. Kids are kids, and the carryover may affect them early. If Newman gets into an adverse spot and gets it in front of them, how do the Comets react? I think the Greenies find a way to win this game at home.
I'm going St. Charles Catholic. Why? Because they have the mastermind, the guy I call the halftime adjustment genius, Wayne Stein. I think St. Charles Catholic gets this game done a little closer than what most of us would expect. So I got St. Charles Catholic. All right. The big game in Marrero. Edna Carr coming down. Quick bus ride to take on the Archbishop Shaw Eagles. VK, who you got?
Whew. I'm going to say this right now. If your Archbishop Shaw run game is going to have to be really key, but you're going to have to do what you did last year against Cameron Crow. You're going to have to score that ball. You're going to have to score that ball. You're going to have to come out fighting and fight for your life. And look what happened last year against Cameron Crow. They got it done. Will they get it done this time? No. Edna Carr has too much everywhere. You go from St. Aug last week, and Shaw gonna make adjustments, but I know Coach Hank Tierney, no doubt, will have Shaw more than ready this week. But at the same time, you're going from the Purple Knights to probably one of the most deepest teams in the state of Louisiana. These guys are loaded in all phases. I know they might have to make a little adjustment on the linebacking position, maybe a little bit after what we've seen against Landry, but regardless of the fact, Ed the Carr is on a mission. I got the Carr Cougars.
George Peppers.
But I think the question you got to ask yourself, VK, is this. Carr plays their best, Shaw plays their best. Who wins? It's got to be Carr if they both play at their optimum best. But that being said, Shaw will not play like they did against St. Augustine. I think Shaw's going to do much better. I think Parker's going to look. If Landry could have found some gaps running it, I know, huh? She's talking that noise there. But just for Parker, I think can get to 100 against this Carr defense, then Shaw has a puncher's chance. I just don't know. I think Johnson is going to do some damage through the air. I think it's an underrated matchup with him and Mason Wilson, but I think Johnson's a better quarterback at this juncture. Carr, I say by 6.
My turn. Everybody wants to hear what JB gotta say. Excuse me. What is JB gonna say, man? He's a Shaw grad. Oh, JB is gonna pick Shaw. Oh, hold on, Seldom. Hold on, Seldom. Hold on, Seldom. Hold on. You ain't gonna talk about the Shaw DBs like that. I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that, Seldom. All right? You might be fooled. Okay? Don't let what you saw last week, make you a prisoner of the moment. Don't do that. Anyway, what I'm about to say, they might not let me on campus Friday night.
Uh-oh.
I think the Car Cougars will win this game.
My dog. That's what I'm
Think
talking about, man.
I think they will. I can't be biased.
Way
I
to
gotta
be a
be
man
real.
out there. That's being a man right there. That is being a man like that. You know what I'm saying? I got your back. Good show. Don't let you on that camp. I got your
Uh,
back. Don't worry about
yeah,
that,
they might not let me through the gate. Might
man.
not
They
let me
better
on the
let you.
field.
Look.
They
Let me
gonna
tell
be
you
like,
something.
"How you don't pick us, Jared? How?"
Look. I might not be sure alumni, but I'm a lifelong resident of Marrero, and I run this city, so I got your back.
He
I'll say
always say
this.
he run Marrero. He don't run no Marrero, man.
Man, he
I
just
know.
runs a,
I know who the king of Marrero is. It ain't you, VK.
no, it ain't. But I'm
It,
gonna say this. Let me interject. Not about that, but I'm gonna say this. You
You better
picking
ask
in the
Charles.
car.
You ask Charles Alley. You better ask everybody. Some of your people.
Man, I can
Telling
ask
you.
many people, and they gonna tell me two names, and it ain't gonna have VK in it. But go ahead, George.
Damn, we tripping early on a Wednesday. Okay. Um, you picking in the
Even
car
Walking
shows.
Town got a president.
Look,
Really?
what
I want
might
to. I
happen,
want to know who
VK.
that is.
All right,
Man, ain't me.
that's Big
What
Charles, big 6'6" Big Charles. That's who it is. Go ahead.
what might happen if Shaw wins against that in the car? JB will be allowed on campus, but they're gonna have a fitted dunce cap for him for picking against Shaw. That's what may happen. And if I'm Hank Tina, I'll be like, man, you disappoint me. Here, this is for you. Bam, and a big old cheerleader cap. It's gonna say DUNCE dunce, and you gotta wear it too.
I will
So,
wear.
but
I will
look,
wear it probably, but I want them to prove me
you
wrong.
got
Let's
to.
go.
I know
Prove me
you
wrong,
do.
baby. Yeah.
I know.
All right. So last one, everybody, and we are out of here for the night. Saturday night, St. Augustine versus McDonough 35. I'll go first on here. I'm liking what I'm seeing from St. Augustine, ladies and gentlemen. I saw what they did to Shaw. I saw what they did to Destrehan. Regardless of what's being said, I don't care. St. Augustine wins this Saturday night. George, your turn.
My turn. Oh, we got VK for last because it's his alma mater. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Listen, this is the game that's going to show you maturation of Saint Augustine. Can they embrace success? They scrimmaged Estran, blew him out, knocked and really handled Shaw convincingly last week in the Jamboree. So can they embrace success when the games count? And remember, 35 is going to remember last year. They got embarrassed last year. I mean, Frank Daggs and company, it looked like an 18-wheeler dominated. I mean, just ran slap over him last year. I don't know if it's going to be quite that crazy, but I think VK, I'm going to go with the Purple Knights. I like what I see from them, and your quarterback Vashawn Kulan is going to have a nice night. I think he's going to show a little more maturation and be more accurate. Yeah, I know I picked 35 last year. Don't remind me, bro. Damn. Don't remind me. I picked 35 last year because I fell for that stupidness. But St. Aug's winning this game convincingly, VK.
Man, I just like I said, I'm very very humble. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen for real now. We've seen the progress. What we were shocked to see what happened in the Destrehan scrimmage. We was more shocked what we seen against Archbishop Shaw. Now let's see what you do for real when this counts.
Yep.
This is gonna be it. This is gonna be interesting. Even though it's a rivalry game, we know one thing for sure, two things for certain, that Frank Daggs and Mac 35 gonna have nothing to lose. They're gonna come out swinging, knowing what happened last year, but saying all, ease it on down, and roll with it. But at the same time, if St. Aug starts out the game slugging, and just laying them down like that, 35 fans, get ready. Get ready for a repeat. I don't want that to happen to you. And it looked like the old St. Aug 35 back in the days where St. Aug used to lay the smack down. on 35 back then. That changed when Wayne Reese got there. That whole thing changed to make that thing a rivalry. So I got the Purple Knights getting it done to go 1-0.
What is this game called? Is it the Seven Ward
It,
Rivalry Battle, or is
it
that just not
it's
a name?
Battle of the Seven Ward. Battle of
Battle
the
of the
Seven.
Seven Ward.
Battle of the
Okay.
Seven Ward. Because you look at it before 35 moved to that new
The new
building.
building.
They was in what's the name of that street? Stowe Kids. I forgot the pronunciation, but it's not too far down the road, right off of Claiborne. That's where the old 35 was. So right up the street, like literally 5 minutes from each other. And actually, it's still about now it's a little more by 8 minutes now since they're further up the road.
Yeah.
So
They're
it's
not
still
far still.
not far still.
Yeah.
And 35's in a better location. And you just gotta love what they did to buy that
Kellerick.
property.
Kellerick.
Kellerick. Thank you, DJ 13. Yeah, Kellerick. That was the old location and everything else. They went to the new location, and how much land they got. I said, "Wow,
Yes.
you're as big as anybody else. You're bigger than Kennedy, and Kennedy looking to try to expand. So it is what it is. But regardless, back then it was a one-sided rivalry. But like I said, Wayne Reese came there, changed everything. Because trust me, at one point, 35, not just the fact they started getting on a winning streak. At one point, 35 won 10 straight freaking years. So it's like, wow, it's like the big turnaround. And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? One-sided rivalries can change when a certain coach be there. You know what I'm saying? They can start another streak. It's just like when J. Raw took over Rummel and he beat St. O 12 straight freaking years. So, hey, it happens, but it's good that they continue this rivalry regardless of the changes over the years. So I definitely love that 35 St. All continues this battle.
Want to thank everybody who watched the show with us tonight. Hit them subscribe buttons, hit them follow buttons if you're watching for the first time or never have it. Hit those follow and subscribe buttons. Hit that. Join us tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, the Hash It Out Show game of the week. John Eric taking on the Chalmette Owls at Horsemanshire Stadium. Pregame at 6 o'clock. Kickoff at 6:30. You can catch it on my YouTube channel, JB the Sports Guy. Other than that, we'll be at Shaw and Carr Friday night, checking that out. And maybe we'll be at St. Augustine and McDonald 35 Saturday night at Tag Gormley. But we will be back here, the Hash It Out Show, next Tuesday and Wednesday, talking about some of the week one games, talking about upcoming games, and then on Wednesday we'll do our pick 'em, and we'll try to have two guests next week also. But before we get out of here, any last words, George Peppers?
NFL season starts tomorrow night as well, but you don't want to watch the Ravens and the Chiefs? Come listen to us on the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week.
That's
John
right.
Aaron and Chalmette. Let's get it. But the Saints open up against Carolina on Sunday, and I'm in a giving mood, so I'm going to give you guys an underdog that's going to win this weekend in the NFL. The Rams are going to beat the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football. That's my pick, my upset pick. It's a slight upset because they're 2.5 point dogs, but they're going to win that game outright. Should have beat them in the playoffs. They did enough to improve their team. I think they're going to beat Detroit. But whatever you do this weekend, for all of you going to games, and if you're not going to the
Aaron,
games, we
Aaron
invite you.
Donald. Aaron Donald not coming out of that tunnel.
I know he's not, but they'll be fine offensively. They could score.
Okay.
They're going to score points. But for all of you checking out high school games, if you're not getting out of the house, we invite you to tune into the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week on JB Sports Guys YouTube page, video streaming. I'll be hosting the pregame. VK will be on the call at 6:30, and it's saying that 90% chance of rain tomorrow. Hopefully, the weather is not as bad as they are forecasting, but we'll see. Who cares? We're like the mailman through rain, sleet, or snow, but it doesn't have sleet or snow here. We'll deliver you game one of year two of the Hash It Out Show game of the week. And on that note, y'all please be safe wherever you may be this weekend, and we will rejoin you next Tuesday. VK, what you got?
What up, Coach Cheddar? Coach Cheddar, I see you.
Ooh, Coach Cheddar in the house. Man, but 24 games, right, that we picked tonight, huh? I'm just trying to make sure we got
Something like that. I haven't counted, but yeah, I got them all picked.
I think it's 24. I'll recheck.
All right, I'm just making sure. But it's been a long week for all of us. Life has been lifing for us. But tomorrow night, I'm looking forward to doing this thing. I'm looking forward to taking this Hash It Out show to another level. I'm looking forward to this. We got momentum and we're going to keep it pushing. We're looking forward to new audiences tomorrow. We're looking forward to all these audiences next couple of weeks. Man, we about to roll, son. It's takeover time. It is takeover time. And we handling our business. Man, it ain't about to be no just festivals or whatever. This invasions. We're invading your stadium. That's what we're doing every week, starting tomorrow night. And this weekend, everybody have a good time. Be safe. Don't drink too much on your college games, on your high school games, and your NFL games. So all y'all be safe out there, and prayers going out to the people out in Georgia.
We'll see y'all tomorrow night as we stream the Hash It Out Show game of the week. John Everett versus Sean Met. GP, George Peppers for VK Jones. I am JB, the sports guy. Y'all take care. We are out.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.